Birthday, Coach, first of all. Just wanted to start by talking a little bit about Steve Yzerman and your guys' relationship. Obviously, just so much history. You were roommates back in the day. Just, do you guys still kind of stay in touch? What's your relationship like these days?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we talk, not frequently, but there's always when we cross paths and whatnot. It's great. Like you say, a lot of history. Started out as young guys together, and clearly he had a heck of a career. But it was a very enjoyable time.
Sorry, this goes to that. So Jimmy Devillano told me a story once when you guys were young. You went to Carl's Chop House, and he sat down and he said, "Well, one day, Lane, you'll be the coach, and Steve, you'll be the GM." Do you remember that?
No,
and do you remember he saw a coach in you like when you were starting out? Like, did you see that in yourself?
No, not then. But obviously, he was. There was a lot of wisdom there. I guess he saw something in us or whatever that he thought might come to fruition, and this would be way back when we were like 18 and 19 years old. Jimmy treated us amazingly. We lived together, Steve and I, and so Jimmy took us out for dinner at least once a week to make sure that we got properly fed, I guess, so to speak. And it's just it was a wonderful experience here, and really appreciated everything Jimmy Devillano did for myself and us.
Was Steve a good roommate?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Anything that stands out in your mind about those, like living together?
No, just that we were pretty raw. Maybe once in a while have to call and find out how to cook this or how to cook that from our mothers.
Well, looking at the modern day Red Wings here, what stands out to you about the offensive game that they play?
Well, they're just talented. They can make plays. They have a skill level that's extremely high, and they can hurt you. They're well coached. Their defensemen are youthful but extremely good. Sider's the real deal, and they're just a good hockey team.
What message to the guys when it comes to defensively, what things do you need them to pay attention to, especially when it comes to preventing the volume of shots that they can create?
Well, we have to make sure that, first and foremost, and it goes the same with every team we play, really, just which team can hurt you worse, but we've got to manage the puck. And, if we're going to turn the puck over in the neutral zone, they're extremely good at transitioning. And if they catch you out of position, that's when they can make plays. So we have to be very, very solid with the puck and take care of the puck and, play in their zone. That doesn't mean we're on our heels or anything. We've got to attack and play in their zone. And when they do get the puck back, we've got to make sure that we're tracking back and staying above them and, just making it difficult for them. Play a real solid team defensive game.
What stood out to you about Berkeley Catton for him to be able to kind of, as a 19-year-old, kind of win a job with the team, and then B, to keep a job with the team for so far?
Yeah, he's, he's a sponge, and what I have really enjoyed about him is when you tell him something, maybe he makes a mistake, you tell him something, he doesn't make that mistake again. He's dialed in, he wants to learn. I do believe that away from the rink, he's studying what things that we want him to do, and when he's on the ice, he wants the puck. So he's got a lot of great qualities.
When it comes to him too, just as a 19-year-old, you watch him play from afar. Like, the details seem really good within his game. When you kind of look at that, is that just a hockey IQ thing? What goes into a kid being able to understand the attention to detail this early in an NHL career?
Well, there's a hockey IQ there for sure. But there's also a willingness and an understanding that as a young player in the National Hockey League, in order to gain trust, and this is not only just with me, it's with any coach, you have to be able to play away from the puck. And that's what the game is about. The game is about playing away from the puck. Where are you? What are you doing? How are you handling things? And that's offensively and defensively. Are you getting available when we have the puck, without the puck? Because you don't have the puck in your stick very long. And he's done a really good job of doing that.
Well, I ask you about Beniers. Like, he's sort of an old young guy, right? 23, but already in his fourth full season. Like, where is he in his development, and what are you emphasizing right now for him to grow?
I think he's progressing rapidly in his development. Obviously, he's had some good seasons already, but certainly, much similar to what I just talked about with Catton. He's a young guy, and what I love about his game is Matty Beniers is a 200-foot player. He plays in both ends of the rink, and he works. He works with the puck, and he works without the puck. I just see so much. There's so much potential still, but there's a lot of progress and a lot of growth. He's a good player for us.
What aspects of the Red Wings power play makes it dangerous?
They move it well. High IQ. They can find. They can find each other, and there's something to be said for guys that can snipe and put it in the net. It's extremely dangerous, extremely good power play, has been for a long time. And the other thing about it is they've been together here for a while.
What have you seen from the defense pairing of Adam Larsson and Vince Dunn, and just kind of getting to know them and their game and how they can be effective and play the role that they do for this team?
Well, I think, they work well together. They both move the puck. Vince really moves the puck well. That doesn't mean that Lars doesn't, but they have a real good partnership there. And there's, we play them against other teams' top lines. There's an IQ there. I think Vince has done a really good job this year of his defensive game. And certainly, there's, like I say, there's a sort of a partnership there where they kind of know and read off each other very well.
I'm going to ask you, you've been around this league a long time. We've talked about parity for years, but is it even more crazy this year when you look at the standings and then you've got the compressed schedule? What's that like as a coach? Where you could be out of the playoffs or you could be in second place within a day.
Yeah, within a day, overnight. It's demanding. It's fun because every game has an extreme significance, and aside from maybe one or two teams, there's nobody that's really separating themselves right now, and so there's just an emphasis on being ready to play every night, which you do anyway. But certainly, you use the word crazy. I think I've used that word here over the last week. Just how tight it is. Yeah, I think it's probably the tightest I've seen at this juncture. In my whole time, and not that it hasn't been in the past, but certainly now it is.
Is it tough as a West Coast team? You got a team where you want to develop, right? You actually got a practice day yesterday, but you with your travel, are you able to practice and work on stuff?
Having been in the East, my whole coaching career, this is a different challenge for sure. And even Seattle in particular is also a challenge. Just with the proximity, you don't get as much practice time. Therefore, morning skates, you have to do some system things in those, and certainly video sessions are extremely important. So there is a challenge there from that standpoint, no question about it.
Joey Daccord activated from injured reserve. Just how can he help this team win, and what kind of impact can he have?
Well, he's our number one goaltender. He certainly helps us on our breakouts with his puck play. We're happy to have him back, that's for sure. So looking forward to seeing him get back in the net on this trip.
Thanks.